is Alice Wolf, and I head up the marketing team at Madeira. Welcome to an event that we at Madeira USA are very excited about. This is the introduction to the U.S. market of a cost-effective product that offers great potential for special effects. Reflectra is the manufacturer of Stitchfoil. They approached Madeira to be the exclusive distributor to the embroidery market. We looked over its potential, its price point, its variety, its availability, and how easy it is to incorporate it into embroidered applique work. We loved it. We believe our customers will, and more importantly, we think once you offer it to your customers, they will too. We've tested it here at Madeira headquarters, and we've shared it with some in the industry to see what they think. We all agree. We've got a home run here, and we are eager to share the attributes and availability of Stitchfoil with you. Just as a point of operation, please feel free to type in your questions as you think of them throughout the hour. We will answer as many as we can during this webinar, but don't worry, if we don't include your question, we will be writing up all of the questions and providing answers, and we'll be emailing them out to everyone who registered to attend. And we are recording the webinar so that you will be able to find a link to it on our website so that you can refer back to it if we go too quickly. At this time, I'd like to introduce Nancy Minnie and Sarah Westfield, both of the marketing department at Madeira. Both have learned how to embroider with Stitchfoil and are happy to share with you the results and the potential of this clever new product. First, let's take a look at the facts.
Madeira's new Stitchfoil is a reflective applique material. This unique, flexible foil creates effects through all different lighting conditions. For a dramatic reflective effect, shine light directly onto the embroidered Stitchfoil. Use the brightly colored foils for visibility in all lighting conditions, scratch and stone designs for a glittering effect, or create hidden special effects with translucent sensation foil. Stitchfoil comes in 40 different color and finish variations, with Pantone color matching as well. Customized colors and patterns are available as well with a small purchase of 200 pieces, making it a very versatile addition to your shop. This is my dog Annabelle on screen. I embroidered a bandana with a dog bone in her name. As you can see, it is very visible when walking her at night. And no, I did not use Stitchfoil on her eyes. Stitchfoil is suitable for use on most common materials in the market, including cotton and mixed fibers. It is a great solution to decorate t-shirts, sports and leisure wear, caps, bags, and items like flags and pennants. Stitchfoil is easy to use on the simplest to most complex designs, creating a cost-effective way to add special effects to your shop with no stress. Here are some examples of Stitchfoil showing both its appearance during the day and the effects of direct light on Stitchfoil at night. It can be used in so many different ways to create lasting effects. It is also a cost-effective way to set yourself apart from your competition and add value to your embroidered products.
This Stitchfoil is safe to use with most applications. It is OEKO-TEX certified, which means that it is free from harmful substances. It is intended for special effects that can increase visibility when light shines directly on it. It's great for garments and novelty items. It is not, however, certified to meet the occupational or industrial clothing safety standards. Be sure to stick with 3M silver reflective material, also available from Madeira for these applications. It's available in 40 colors and finishes, including gold, silvers, neons, and primary colors. It is a cost-effective way to apply larger designs on lighter garments that would otherwise be nearly impossible. They come in sheets that are 18 3/4 inches by 12 1/2 inches. It is very easy to embroider with. The reflective qualities can last for the life of the garment when care instructions are followed.
Stitchfoil is customizable with a low minimum order of 200 sheets. You can customize with up to 4 colors, plus the ability to add gold or silver glitter designs on top. Special color matching can be made upon request for any sensitive projects you may have. It is important to note that vector artwork is required for any specialty designs, logos, or text when ordering custom stitch foil. The possibilities are endless for your custom designs. Create stitch foil with Greek lettering for your local sororities or fraternities, university logos, high school mascots, sports team logos, tourist destination graphics can all be added to your custom stitch foil, making it a very versatile medium. We've got some great examples of customized stitch foil on this slide. First, with the eagle design that was actually used as a patch. This stitch foil features a rainbow glitter scratch design, and below you can see the brilliant silver it reflects under direct light. Next, we have our New York City, USA design embroidered with a blue camel stitch foil, which is a very popular trend right now. The reflective effects also mimic the camo design when exposed to light. The Berlin design on this white bag was done with a pink stitch foil, embellished further with a gold glitter butterfly design on top. This is a great example of how you can use the gold and silver glitter to add special touches to your custom stitch foil design. Last, we have a green zebra print with black flocking. Animal print is another big trend right now, and you can achieve it easily with your customized stitch foil.
At this point, I just wanted to address a couple of the questions that have come up through the live chat here. I wanted to let you know, we did mention laundering it in the care instructions. This can be laundered up to 104 degrees. You can use a medium iron on it, and you want to turn it inside out just like you would for any of your transfers. It helps to protect it. It does recommend that you don't tumble dry it, that you let it line dry. So you can use it on your towels. You can use it on pretty much any fabric. It can be cut. However, you're going to see that it's not necessary to pre-cut this before you apply it on. You're going to see that it's going to tear away nice and easy. So we have a video coming up here. In the second video, we're going to show you just how easy it is to embroider with reflector stitch foil from Madeira. You can see here this is the 40 colors that we have available. You start by stitching the outline of the design. Here we're using a stock design that was digitized for an applique. When digitizing or looking for designs, be sure that they have a satin stitch outline. The satin stitch outline will allow the stitch foil to tear away easily, as you will see later in the video. For this design, we have chosen a tone-on-tone stitch foil that has a silver base and a silver glitter with a stone pattern. Cut a piece of the stitch foil slightly larger than the design, and then trim it to fit in the hoop if necessary so that it will lay flat. To peel the protective relief paper away, hold it at the edge and pull it apart so the paper tears slightly. You can now easily peel it away. Lightly spray the back of the stitch foil with a temporary spray adhesive like Madeira's MSA 1100 and place it on top of the fabric, making sure to cover the outline. You can now finish stitching the design. The second outline stitch helps to tack the stitch foil down. This is a small design, only about 3 to 4 inches in width, and it's being embroidered on the back of a performance wear shirt near the bottom. Notice that it works well with plenty of detail within the applique design itself. There will still be plenty of reflective stitch foil to reflect later on. Once the design is finished, remove it from the hoop. Simply tear the excess stitch foil away. Notice how easily and clean it tears away. Permanently adhere the stitch foil with a heat press or iron. Set your temperatures between 330 and 365 degrees Fahrenheit. Apply medium pressure for 15 to 20 seconds. Be sure to always test with the lowest temperature in the shortest time, and increase both as necessary to achieve a strong bond. Here is the finished product. And here is Sarah demonstrating for us. See how well it reflects in the headlights of the car as she runs away?
Got a few questions that I think we could touch base on right now. First of all, the stitch foil that was just used in that video was a silver stone design, so it's got the glitter effect on top, which is really nice for any added effects that you might want to have.
The white foil is actually, that you were seeing on this one, was actually a silver, like Sarah just mentioned. And it does tear away, like we said. The purpose of doing the outline stitch is so that you know how big, where to place your applique, the stitch foil, because you want it to be slightly larger. And then the second one just kind of helps tack it down along with that MSA.
For the backing that you use, you'd want to use the appropriate backing for whatever garment you're placing it on. So that right there in the embroidery video, we were actually embroidering on performance wear, and we were using our Easy Weblon backing.
Yep, that's correct. So, it's an applique, so generally, the stitches can be kind of light when it comes to applique, so usually you can use the lightweight backing to go along with that. It really helps. Whoops, it looks like we just lost our picture. Oh, yeah. Yep, okay, so we're just catching up. Sorry about that, folks. Got caught up in answering our questions. So let's just take a couple more, we'll look at a couple more questions here. The pricing for this product ranges from $9.95 to $12.50. Depends on the colors, depends on the glitter, but it's a fairly inexpensive product when you consider how many, depending on how big the design is, you can get multiple, quite a few different designs out of one sheet. That's, a little over 12 by a little over 18.
I see a question up here about a heat press, if you can use that for the transfers. Yes, you can use a heat press. You have the option of using a heat press or an iron, as we did in this video. Smaller shops are usually not always equipped with the heat presses, so we just wanted to show an optional way of putting this product on. And once it's transferred with the heat, it stays on the garment and should not leave it the whole life of the garment.
Somebody had asked a question about the satin stitch and what's the lightest density on that. I find that the thicker the density, a nice full satin stitch works really well with it because it is covering over the stitch foil, so you do want to make sure that you're covering it. We can get the specifics on that as far as digitizing and answer those questions after the webinar. So we'll just we'll move along and then we'll go back to the questions.
We've got some designs up here of embroidery that we've done here ourselves with the stitch foil. First, we'll start out with this 1985 design, which was created using the blue neon scratch stitch foil. This is a similar design to something you may use on sportswear or collegiate wear. It's a great example of how adding embroidery can create special effects to the stitch foil. The line stitching on top with polyneon fluorescent thread creates an ombre effect over the numbers. This added stitching on the stitch foil also lessens the reflective effects if that's something that you desire. Next, this is another example of our neon stitch foil. This apple was embroidered on a reusable grocery bag with our poly neon fluorescent thread. which is a very popular trend right now with people of all ages. The neon thread of Stitchfoil is an easy, cost-effective way to tap into the market with fluorescence.
Create costumes for the young and old. Here we created a Superman cape using the solid red Stitchfoil and matched the thread to the blue cape. Using designs with complementary fabric is another way to create a unique effect. Here we used a wildcat printed fabric and used the solid black Stitchfoil for the paw print designs. Just imagine what this would look like on bedding or curtains in a child's room. How much fun would they have with a flashlight at night?
I just want to touch base on the pricing again. For the regular sheets, the 40 colors that we're currently offering, it ranges from $9.95 a piece to $12.50 depending on what kind you order. Typically the ones with the glitter are just a little bit more in the $12.50 range. And that's per sheet. If you're ordering a custom order of 200 pieces or more, that's going to be completely different pricing. And as Nancy said, the sheets are rather large. It's 18 3/4 inches by 12.5 inches. So if you're doing a lot of smaller designs, you can actually get a lot out of one sheet. And if after this webinar you want to see everything that we have, we do have everything online right now, as well as an electronic color card and instructions for use.
Another question that came up earlier was, is it a polyurethane base or PVC base? I do know that this is polyurethane base. It is free from PVC.
To touch back on the pricing again, it's a minimum order only for customization for 200 pieces. If you're getting the 40 that we offer, all you have to buy is one sheet. You don't have to order 200.
Needle size, really you want to stick with the needle that you're using based on the fabric, based on the thread. So your ballpoints for your knits, and loosely woven, your sharp needles for your tighter woven fabrics like your canvas and heavy denim. And then your thread's going to determine how big that needle is so that you can get the thread in there. So the Stitchfoil really doesn't affect the needle.
I see a question up here. Do we have designs digitized for use for this product? We do have a few that we will be putting online after the webinar that will be free to download. They're pretty basic designs, but as we've said throughout this, this is an applique material, so you can either have your digitizer do an applique design, or there's plenty of stock design sites out there that offer applique design for use with this product.
Yep, and keep in mind, somebody asked, is this allowed for softball, baseball? That would really depend on, it's not going to give you a safety effect. However, it's really going to depend on your league. I noticed when, I think it was on the NFL games at the end of the year last year, I actually saw some reflective material on their uniforms. So, I mean, it was certainly allowed there. But again, this is going to be something that, it's going to be based on your league, whether you can actually do that. We do have printed sample cards that are available, so you can actually see the colors. We can send those out. They're also available online. If you're looking for a sample of this, a small little sample to give it a try, we've got those available as well.
Okay. Let's go on to some more examples that we've done, and then we'll touch base on more questions. This monster truck design right here was done on the back of a child's shirt. It's an example of how you can use two different Stitchfoils in one design. The blue scratch was used for the body of the truck, and the black was used for the wheels. Stitchfoil can be a fun effect to add to otherwise simple children's wear. The Superman logo was created with our Sensation Stitchfoil. This is a translucent applique material, also available with the glitter scratch effect. This picture doesn't really do it too much justice, but it blends into the material it is embroidered on, and it's a great way to create hidden effects and hidden messages on apparel and novelty items. This design was used on a neon yellow shirt and embroidered with a matching thread for a tone-on-tone effect. As you can see below, the design pops out with direct light. The sensation foil is also great for use on camo.
The blue stitch foil was used here with a star design. We used our super twist thread for the stipple fill and an FS50 weight metallic for the outline. Using the metallic thread gives it an added bling during the day, and notice how brightly it shines in the direct light, and the stipple fill is still visible.
Here we have another child shirt. This camo tank top features a lion cub in our gold stitch foil. Accent thread colors were used to help the cub blend into the shirt design. This is another great example to show how you can use embroidery on top to enhance the design further. Features like the eyes and the nose on top create a more complete design with the added effect of the stitch foil.
This lizard design stitched out on an apron is a great example with minimal stitch foil used. More thread is visible than the stitch foil, giving it a bit more of a subdued look. Notice how well even this little bit of stitch foil shines under the direct light.
We have a question up here about the photos showing the product during regular light and then reflecting when direct light is applied. That is correct. That's what happens with all the stitch foils. It's really great if you have a customer in your shop to be able to take a flashlight, or we've even found with a smartphone using the flash in their camera to show the reflective effects. And you can really, really see the reflection when you're looking directly at the embroidered item with the stitch foil.
Yep, so we got kind of a getting a buildup of questions, so we'll take another little break here while we're doing this and answer some of those for you. One of the questions that came in, is there an assortment pack? Currently we don't have one. Right now we're offering it at an introductory price, so you can buy it per piece. However, we here like assortments, we like bundles, so chances are down the road we will offer them in bundles once we get going with this. Go online after the, we'll send you a follow-up email. You'll be able to click right on there, go online and view all of them. There'll be a nice, decent-sized swatch online that'll show them to you, and you'll be able to see those on there.
We currently have 40 different colors online. Some have the scratch glitter design, some have a stone glitter design, and then some are just plain. And the size of this product, again, is 18 3/4 inches by 12.5 inches. So again, you can get a lot of designs out of one sheet.
You do.
Yeah. And the pricing that I gave earlier, which is $9.95 to $12.50, is an introductory price per sheet. So we really encourage you to take advantage of this product after the webinar.
A question came out about this lizard that's up here right now, and the question was, are the feet, is the stitch foil underneath it? It's really up to you whether you do it this way. I did cut it slightly larger. I put it right on top of it, and it is partially under the feet. If you want to get a little more exact with your stitch foil and cutting it out, a lot of those applique designs, you can get like a trace, you can, stitch it out, whatever you need to do to get it closer to the side so that you're actually, you can be nice and frugal with that 12 by 18 inch sheet that you have, and keep it to a minimal. When you have a fill sheet like a fill stitch like that, it simply does just stitch right over it. You're able to tear it around it, as long as it does have somewhat of a nice edge on it. The one thing that we found in our trial and error is some of those appliques have that zigzag stitch around them. It doesn't work very well with the stitch foil. You really need a nice, clear, clean edge to tear it against. Otherwise, you would need to use that laser or whatever else that you would do to cut your applique fabric out. So This is an applique fabric. That was one of the other questions that came through. Somebody asked about the heat press, the timing for that. It is 15 to 20 seconds for the heat press or iron. This information, again, will be, we do have a product informational sheet that not only tells you all this information, it gives you instructions step by step on how to do it. We've got videos up on YouTube. The videos that you saw today, those are up there along with some other ones. I do want to get back to you on the density for the satin stitch again. It's not something that I'm aware of. We're not actually doing digitizing ourselves at this point, so I'll definitely get back to that, and that question will be answered when we send out the email, for sure.
I see another question up here for does the foil flake off at all? I think this is a really important one to touch base on. As long as you heat press it or iron it on, it adheres to the garment and it will last the life of the garment. Something important to note when we are doing our trial and error and learning about this product, just be very careful if you are in a rush, and to be sure to take off that backing on the back of the stitch foil. There was one time that we did not take the back of it off and put it down and couldn't figure out why it wasn't sticking to the garment. So
yeah, it was sticking to the paper really well, so I couldn't get it off. Yep, that's actually a very good point. Now, although the stitch foil itself isn't going to flake off, keep in mind the glitter that's on top of it. You'll see when you embroider that, it's glitter. Glitter is going to, you're always going to have glitter on you, you know. So if you're a female and, you know, you give your husband a hug with it on, he might have a little bit of glitter on him. So the stitch foil, the reflectiveness, that's not going to flake off, but the glitter is glitter. So it does tend to come off a little bit.
And then we've got another really great question. How long will it remain reflective? This reflective material is very different than anything in the market. With things like our glow thread, where you kind of need to activate it with light, this product will reflect for the life of the garment as long as you're putting direct light onto it. It won't wear out over time at all.
Yep, follow those washing instructions. 104 degrees is the hottest you want to go. You want to turn it inside out to protect it when you're washing it, and you're not supposed to tumble dry it. No bleach. And no dry cleaning.
There's another great question. How do you store the unused sheets? We would suggest keeping it in a flat container, keep it dry, out away from moisture, basically how you would care for all your other embroidery supplies, backing, and thread.
Yeah. It does have a memory, so if you roll it up, it's going to kind of stay curled. However, once you release that, the protective release paper does have a purpose, and once you take that paper away, you'll actually see it and feel it how pliable it is. So it works really well when you've actually appliqued this onto a garment. It's nice and soft, it's pliable. So even if it's a little bit curled, we're probably going to ship it to you in a roll. Go ahead and lay it flat, turn it upside down, whatever it takes to get it flat, but just know that it's actually going to be okay to use. Once you take that release paper off, put a little adhesive on it, it's going to lay flat on your design. Let's see, somebody asked if you can use polyneon instead of rayon. Absolutely. Either one will work fine with it.
It actually also works very well with some of our specialty threads. Some of the designs we did, we used metallics and super twists with it to give it an extra sparkle.
Yep, and we ran into no issues. Our metallics run awesome. Somebody asked a question about the performance clothing and the needles. Needles are your ball points you want to use for your wovens. Your ball points you want to use for your knits. Performance wear is a knit, so you want to stay with that ball point. Somebody must be going to the Sports Inc. show to see us there. Definitely stop by and see us at the booth. Although we don't have actual samples to hand out at the show, we do have the material itself is going to be there. There's some stitched out samples. So be sure to stop by. They'll take your name and number and information, and we'll go ahead and send you out a sample. So be sure to stop by and tell Chris I said hi.
We got another question up here. Can you put text within the stitch foil? We have no samples of text in the applique area. Yes, you definitely can. you couldn't really tell in the video of my dog, but on her bandana I had actually put a dog bone design and wrote her name inside. So this is a really great way to personalize items. You could personalize children's backpacks with their names inside, stuff like that. So we definitely encourage you to do embroidery on top of the stitch foil. It won't affect the embroidery or the stitch foil in any way.
Somebody asked what the Sports Inc. show is. The Sports Inc. show is actually an association. Your sporting goods stores and things like that, they are actually members of this. You can look it up online to get a little more details. The Sports Inc. show is in Colorado. Do you believe it's in Denver? Getting a nod. Yep, it's in Denver, Colorado. Starts tomorrow and is Saturday and Sunday as well. Sorry, Friday and Saturday as well.
There's another question, is there a catalog with all the colors? We do have a printable color card online, as well as all the color swatches are available to view online and available to purchase. You can find all the colors in our backing section, and if you go to the left-hand sidebar towards the bottom where we've got an applique section, you'll see the reflectra stitch foil down on there. So you can check out all the 40 colors that we offer.
Somebody asked if there's a warranty with reflective material. There is no warranty. This is intended for special effects, novelty items, and things like that. Another question was, will it tear easily or accidentally when I'm working with it? While it tears away easily once you've perforated it with the nice satin stitch around it, it's a very strong fabric. So I personally have done quite a bit of stitching with this myself and never once tore it accidentally. So I don't think that you'll find that that's an issue.
We've got a question just about temperature to wash it at real quick. It's washable up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
We have, Sarah mentioned just a little bit ago, we did use metallic on that star one. We'll close in on that star one. So you can use metallic thread with this. On this one, that inside, you know, we can only do so much with images, but that Stitchfoil on the inside is a super twist, which is a real sparkly thread. And the outline satin stitches with the FS50 metallic, which is a smooth metallic. Again, ran this, had absolutely no issues with it, and worked beautifully. Just a note on the Sports Inc. show, that is a members-only show. We will also be attending the Imprinted Sportswear show coming up this fall in Texas. So if you're going to be in that area, we'll have this product there as well. We are also going to be at the NNEP show at the end of July, so you can also catch us there in Nashville. And samples are available. We'll send out a small, probably 3-inch by 6-inch sample for you to try. As long as you're not asking, we can send you a sample of, you know, a random color that you can try out, and that will come with that printed swatch card, which looks quite well. We've got if your printer at home doesn't print out colors all that nice, you know, certainly request one from here, and we have a nice quality one that we can send you.
I've got a question up here. Can we see examples of the sensation foils? As a recap to those of you who did not hear me, it's a translucent foil, so it kind of mimics the fabric that you put it on. This is the only example that we have in this slideshow. However, we've worked with it a few times, and it does seem to work better on certain colors and patterns than others. It works very well on a gray colored shirt. It blends into that gray really nicely. We also seen it used on camo, and it, because of all the different color variations in camo, it basically just disappears into the fabric. You can create really cool, unique ways to show off designs with hidden messages that are only going to be showed when light is hitting it. That would be a really fun effect if you've got some night owls who are going to the dance clubs, or maybe on stage at a dance recital, stuff like that.
I think a real popular market would be the urban wear. You know, the young adults, older teens. I can really see them getting into this for sure.
And then we've got a question, what's the difference between the sensation opaque translucent and the opaque translucent silver? The silver has that scratch glitter design over the translucent, so you're going to see that a little bit more on the shirt just because of that glittering effect that wouldn't be on the regular sensation foil.
Let's see. This currently is not going to be available by anybody else but Madeira, so at this point we are the only one here carrying the stitch foil. Somebody did question the plot foil. Is it the same thing? Plot foil is used for transfer only. There's no stitching involved. The stitch foil is made for use with embroidery. The current price is, we don't have a timeline right now. It is the introductory price. So you'll have to keep an eye out for that.
We've got a question, is the fabric a weave or fabric? Does it have any grain to it? No, it does not. It's a very unique product. It almost has a elasticy, plastic-like feel. It's not woven together by any fibers. It's just one solid sheet of that color or variation that you purchase.
It's that polyurethane base, so if you're familiar with other fabrics that are polyurethane, it's a very similar feel to what those fabrics would be. Very sturdy.
We have a question, what colors have glitter on them? That is the stone and the scratch currently. As I said, if you go into more of a customization, if you have, maybe a certain client that you do a lot of embroidery for who's very interested in having their own stitch foil design, that's when you can get really creative and add all different kinds of glitter effects to it.
There currently is not a sample chart that's going to have an actual sample on it for every single color. Based on the price point, it's just not available at this point. As I said earlier, that printed chart that we have looks really well, gives you a good feel of it, and we always include an actual sample of it so you can feel the product itself. You can use the sample on an actual applique so you can test it out. Another question that came in, a couple more questions. One is, does it come in green? Yes, it does. It comes in a nice forest green for your regular solid color, and it also comes in a nice neon green. So there's a couple of different greens to choose from there.
Got a question, when will we be able to buy these? You can buy them today.
Yep.
They are available online. You can go online to order them, or you can call our customer service at 800-225-3001, and they will help you out.
Yep, absolutely. Just as a heads up right now, it's a new product, so we currently have it in 3 locations. We have it in our Fresno, California, our Columbus, Ohio, and our Jacksonville, Florida. So if you're looking to order some other stuff, have it all shipped from one of those locations, and we can get it right out to you.
And the translucent foil is called Sensation online. I don't have the item number on me at the moment. Oh, I do. The item number for the Sensation, this translucent, is S as in Sam 640-01.
Somebody asked if it would care if the stitch count is too dense. It might perforate if your density is set too tight. So you might, if you find that that's happening, go ahead and lighten it up a little bit. All the ones that I've tried so far, none of them have perforated.
We have a question. Do we have to use only rayon thread? Again, no, you don't. You can use really any thread that you would like. You can use our poly neon. You can use classic rayon. You can use any of our specialty threads. They all work great with this product.
When asking for a sample of this, you can either call into that 1-800 number, you can go online, go to the Contact Us at Madeira USA, and you can request the samples there.
just going to repeat real quick. Somebody's asking for that sensation translucent number again. The item number is, S as in Sam, 640-01. We're going to move on to the next slide of some suggested ways that you can use this product. Create designs and messages for dance recitals and children's plays that pop out to the audience with stage lighting. Stitchfoil can add bling and special effects to spirit wear for cheerleading competitions. It can be a fun addition to dance club apparel. Night owls will stand out in the crowd with their reflecting designs. Add designs to dog bandanas, collars, doggy jackets, other apparel to help make your dog more visible while walking at night. It can also add extra visibility to activewear for people who run or bike at night. Create memorable and fun designs on children's wear, backpacks, and Halloween costumes, and much more. This product can be used in so many different ways for added effects on garments and novelty items. Its use with the embroidery makes it a great addition to any shop, adding value to your garments without any added stress or time. Just to touch base on a couple more questions. It is available online at the moment. If you go to our easy backing section of the site and you scroll down and use the sidebar, in the applique section, you'll see our reflective stitch foil as an option.
Yep, and there's also a banner that's on the front page. So if you're actually, there will be a banner up on the front page, also directing you in there as well.
And the phone number, if you want to call our customer service for it again, is 800-225-3001.
I'll just go over a couple of questions just to try and squeeze in as many as we can. We are not going to be at the ASI show this year. However, we may have somebody representing us there, so that has not been completely decided at this point. Do you need a license for the Superman? The Superman designs are available online. However, depends on what you do with it, I guess. The needle size, you want to stick with your normal needle size. The reflectra Stitchfoil that we have doesn't affect that needle size, so again, use it based on the material and the thread that you're using. If you don't use a spray adhesive, what's going to happen? Well, it's possible that Stitchfoil can shift as you're embroidering the design. Some digitized designs, or I should say some designs aren't digitized as well as others. And, you know, there's certain ways that you want to digitize so that, you know, that push and pull compensation, if that's not done really well, that Stitchfoil can actually really shift around and you might have a bubbly effect with it. So it'll make it hard to actually adhere it down when you use that iron. So use a little bit of spray adhesive. It's not a really expensive thing. It's something that most shops do have. So if you don't have it, you'd find that you'll be able to use it for more things than just the Stitchfoil.
It's important to note that this does not meet the safety regulations again. You'll want to refer to our 3M reflective fabric if you're embroidering for stuff for police and fire and anywhere where safety standards are a concern. This is just for added visibility and fun effects.
Yeah. So if you're looking for those applications, stick with that 3M silver reflective material. We also carry that.
There's another great question. How is it on gumming up the needles at high speed stitch outs on large designs?
I use the spray adhesive, the 1100, which we call our slow drying one. You know, of course, that's relative. Is, you know, how slow is it? It's not that slow drying, but being impatient, I tended to actually probably embroider quicker than I should have. And I not only did the adhesive not gum my needles up, the Stitchfoil didn't either. I had no problem with gumming up the needles.
Okay. We believe that Stitchfoil is a product that truly is only limited by your imagination. And to reward you for exercising your creative side, we'd like to extend a challenge in the form of a contest to you. Execute your own unique way of using Stitchfoil and send us a video with your permission to share it with others on our website. The first prize winner will get a $100 credit on their account, and depending on the number of contestants who enter, there will be more prizes to thank you for sharing your ideas with other embroiderers. We will let you know by email how to enter this contest, so watch your email for more information about that. At this point, if there are no other questions that we are going to address, we'd like to thank you very much for attending this webinar about a new product that we feel has so much potential. Again, don't worry if we did not answer your question live. We will review all the questions that came in during this time, and we'll answer them and send a complete Q&A out to all of you who registered. We wish you a good day. We thank you for your business, and let us know through our online chat or our 800 number if we can help you with any of your embroidery and supply needs. And good luck to all who are going to try Reflectra's Stitchfoil from Madeira. Thank you very much.